Okay, today we're going to do lesson 3 of chapter 13. And before we begin, we are going to start by singing the 8 parts of speech song. Sing along.
8 parts of speech. 8 parts of speech. Woo! 8 parts of speech. 8 parts of speech. Woo!
Nouns,
Pronouns, verbs, adverbs, conjunctions, interjections, prepositions, adjectives. 8 parts of speech. 8 parts of speech. Woo! 8 parts of speech. 8 parts of
Here we go.
speech. Woo!
Nouns,
Pronouns, verbs, adverbs, conjunctions, interjections, prepositions, adjectives. 8 parts of speech. 8 parts of speech. Woo! 8 parts of speech. 8 parts.
Okay, so we are going to do a little warm up today. And I want to remind you, sometimes indirect objects are nouns in a sentence, but sometimes they are pronouns, okay? And we might see that today. All right, so I'm going to put this aside. I'm going to bring this right on. I think I'll put this aside. Try to zoom in a little bit here for you. And I'm going to tell you today, it is your choice if you would like to hit pause and write these sentences out and see if you can classify them before I do, and then you can check to see how you do, or if you just want to do it verbally with me. Either one is fine with me. If you start seeing yourself struggle when not knowing the answer, then I'm going to encourage you to select pause, write them out, and try your best to do them before I do them so that you're giving yourself a little more time to work on them. Okay? All right, so let's start with the first one. My brother gave me a ride to the beach. Who gave me a ride to the beach? Brother. Subject, noun. What is being said about brother? Brother gave. Verb. Gave what? Gave a ride, right? Direct object, go back to verb, make it transitive. All right. Gave a ride to whom or for whom? Me. Indirect object. Now let me point out to you there that me is a pronoun, is indirect object, okay? So indirect objects can look like nouns or pronouns at this point. All right, back to this. A, article adjective. 2, preposition. To what? Beach, object of the preposition. The article adjective. To the beach, prepositional phrase. Whose brother? I think you guys remember this, right? Whose brother is an adjective, and whose is either a possessive pronoun adjective or possessive noun adjective. And my is a pronoun, so that is the PPA. Okay? So this is a declarative sentence. We're going to divide between the subject and the predicate. Brother gave. This is a subject, noun, verb, transitive, IODO, pattern 3. All right. Let's go down to the next one, okay? Pioneer women wore bonnets on their heads. Who wore bonnets on their heads? Women. Subject, noun. What is being said about the women? The women wore. Verb. Wore what? Bonnets. Direct object, come back to verb, make it transitive. On, preposition. On what? Heads, object of the preposition. Their. Whose heads? Their head. Here we're back to whose again. Whose is PPA or PNA. There is a preposition, so PPA. Pioneer. What kind of women? The answer is what kind? We know that what kind is an adjective. Okay. Now let's divide between the subject and the predicate. Women wore. This is a declarative sentence. Oh, I am very sorry. On their heads is a prepositional phrase. Okay, this is a subject, noun, verb, transitive, DO. That's pattern 2. Let's read the next one. Carol will volunteer at the shelter on weekends. Who will volunteer at the shelter on weekends? Carol. Subject, noun. What is being said about Carol? Carol will volunteer. Okay, so we got two verbs here. That will we know is a helping verb. Okay, at, it's a preposition. At what? At the shelter, object of the preposition. The article adjective. At the shelter, prepositional phrase. On, preposition. On what? Weekends. Object of the prepositions. On weekends, prepositional phrase. This is a declarative sentence. Divide between the subject and the predicate. Right here, Carol will. This is a subject, noun, verb, pattern 1 sentence. Okay. Let's go back up here. I'm going to ask you, what part of speech is this sentence? Each word in this one is my. What part of speech is this my? PPA. Do you know? Look at this. Here's our PPA. That tells me it's an adjective. So let's go ahead and add this to our list here that we have. Let me see if I can zoom in out just a little bit for you guys. TPA. So I don't have my pink marker today, so we'll just write it in black. But here we have PPA. And might as well, while we're at it, PNA. Possessive pronoun adjectives and possessive noun adjectives are all adjectives. Okay? So, let's see here. Let's see if I can write this in a different color for you. Okay, my, so this is a adjective. Brother, what is that? What part of speech is that? One of the 8? That SN tells us it's a noun. Verb transitive, gave, it's a verb. Me, this IO. Is this IO a noun or a pronoun? It could be either. And the word is me. We know that is a pronoun. A, we know what is an article adjective. A is an article adjective. So adjective. Ride, direct object. Which of the 8 parts of speech is this? Direct objects are nouns. Two, preposition, they're their own, right? Prepositions are their own part of speech. Prepositions, the article adjective, we've already established article adjectives are adjectives. And then object of the preposition, we know that that is also a noun. All right, they're good. I want to take just a minute to show you the vocabulary. Hopefully you're already writing that in to your chart to help yourself remember it for the test. So the first one's permanent. And when I think of permanent, I think of like a Sharpie marker. It's permanent, right? It doesn't come out. It's permanent. So that would be long lasting. And the opposite of that would be temporary. Pencil would be temporary, right? You could erase pencil if you wanted to. All right. And then I wanted to show you one more, and that's hostile. Now, that's a word you may not hear very much, but maybe someone who's not very friendly. It's showing hatred or dislike. And this is talking about, the sentence is, the country was hostile towards its neighbors. So maybe not friendly, maybe a little aggressive even. It says unkind. Antonym would be friendly. So you wouldn't be, if you're hostile, you're not being friendly. All right? Okay, that's all I have for you today.